missed the news, this is what happened today in Maharashtra. Take a look at our magic screen there, and this is what happened today. The BJP in Maharashtra, 123 plus with its allies. The Shiv Sena was the next highest. And then the Congress 42, NCP 41. So Congress just edging ahead of the NCP, and the Shiv Sena at 62 seats was just about halfway to where the BJP was. BJP clearly the single largest party in Maharashtra. Take a look at what happened in Haryana, where it was clear again that the BJP was the dominant party. They've got a majority. And remember, even Bhupinder Singh Hooda could not achieve that in 2004 and 2009. The BJP's got 47 out of 90. The INLD of Chautala is the second largest, but way behind with 19. The Congress suffering a bit of a debacle there with 15 seats on offer. So the BJP will form a government on its own for the first time in Haryana. Let's then turn to someone who's had a tough day at the office, but who has won his own election even while he has lost his state. Prithviraj Chavan, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, joins us. Appreciate, sir, you're joining us. Mixed feelings you must have today. You won your seat in Karad, but you lost the state of Maharashtra. How do you see yourself today? Do you see yourself as a winner or a loser? Okay, we're trying to get his audio. We're just trying to come back to you. We're trying to get the audio. But let me also, before I come back to you, sir, while we correct that audio, go to Dhananjay Joshi, who's joining me. Dhananjay, you are one of the men of the match today from Cicero, because you got your numbers right. Cicero triumphed over Chanakya. In the general election, Chanakya was the winner on the polls. You said 117 to 131, which is bang on when you look at the BJP numbers.
Right.
Is psephology becoming a better science, or is it still, as some say, a game of tukka?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a game of tukka. Even if you look at the Lok Sabha elections, we were quite good at vote shares. Overall, even as an industry, we did well with seats as well. The issue is that every election is different. And I would still be humble and say that, well, next election will be another challenge. How you approach an election, how good your sampling is, and what kind of innovations you do on the base file, which is the file that converts votes into seats. It's all about these things.
So, yeah. Can you tell us about some innovations you made this time?
Well, yeah, one of the big challenges is how to actually split the vote between two former allies. Because let's say Congress and NCP and Shiv Sena and BJP did not contest a lot of seats in the last election. And we needed to give a simulated vote over there. So, you know, we did a lot of research and finally arrived at a model which seemed to be working very well. And our older models could have taken us either at 108 seats or 136 seats with the same vote share for BJP.
But you know, it's a tough one to, our viewers need to know, it's tough when it's a 5-horse race to actually predict how vote shares will go. So psephology gets a bad name. But today has been a good day in general. Even Haryana, most of the psephologists who did polls did predict Haryana reasonably well.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, sure. Please go ahead.
Could we also say that the Indian voter is also becoming sort of psephology savvy, if I may use that word?
Well,
Indian voter is now more truthful to the surveyor.
Well, I think that's been the case always. It's about how you ask the question. We go and ask our question with a dummy ballot paper and a dummy ballot box. The day, if we could actually afford it, we would go with a dummy EVM. So it's the way you ask the question, it's the way you sample your respondent. And exit polls are tricky. And again, we did a lot of innovations on selecting our respondent. So we, instead of having an interval on the number of person, we actually went to the minute. So after every 7 minutes, the person who walks out, you go and interview that person. So we tried a lot of things. See, it
that
made
I would
us
say is not, will more or less give you the same results. But anyway.
That's debatable. But this time round it worked. Next time is going to be another challenge.
Okay, there's going to be another challenge. At the moment, we're trying to fix our OB to the Chief Minister, to the outgoing Chief Minister. We're trying to get his audio, which we were hoping to get sooner rather than later. So we'll go to Prithviraj Chavan in a moment from now, because we want to hear from the man who really has been in charge of Maharashtra for the last 4 years, and the OB should be up in a moment from now. But I just want to get Seshadri Chari and Manishankar Iyer on something which is said. You know, Mani, political parties in general are against exit polls. I find that they only support exit polls when the polls say they're winning. Do you believe that's a bad practice, that political parties also need to mature? The Congress party, for example, tends to boycott exit polls. Do you believe the time has come that political parties accept exit polls as part of this poll landscape in the country?
They don't boycott exit polls because they have them themselves. They boycott your exit polls, which is a different matter. And that's because the exit polls, while certainly I'd like to congratulate our friend here on having got it right this time, there were so many contradictions between the different exit polls that come that to ask us to start commenting officially on what are a series of contradictory hypotheses doesn't seem a very scientific thing to do.
Okay, I've got the Chief Minister back. I've got the Chief Minister back. Let me go to Prithviraj Chavan. He's been waiting for a while. Mr. Chavan, sorry that we had that interruption. It's a bit like the Congress party at the moment. You know, the lines get interrupted, I know. Do you see today as a bad day in the office for the Congress, or do you see it as a personal victory because you fought a tough battle in Karad and won?
No, I think obviously losing a state after 15 years is a much more serious matter. A personal victory, of course, is gratifying that I have been able to win an election after a long time in my constituency. I recovered that constituency back is a matter of personal happiness for me, but more seriously, people have rejected us after continuous 15 years of being in power. There was
why do you think
some fatigue?
Sir, may I, if I were to put, would you say it is fatigue with the government, or do you think there was a perception that the Congress NCP government, if I may be allowed to use the word, was seen as corrupt? It was seen as a government where the Chief Minister was an honest man, but the people around him were people who had made a lot of money over the last 15 years.
Well, actually, there were not one Chief Minister, many Chief Ministers of Congress party ruled the state over 15 years. But I think it is predominantly, why not give a chance to BJP? We're given a chance to the Democratic Front for 15 years. Let's give one chance to the party which have voted to power in Delhi in Lok Sabha. So that feeling was predominant.
So are you saying it, sir, when you say it is fatigue, why is there no fatigue with BJP governments? Let's say in Gujarat, in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. Why the fatigue with the Maharashtra government? You yourself, in an interview which turned out to be controversial, you said off the record comments were attributed, did hint at the fact that the Congress did not react to corruption, did not act on corruption, on charges of corruption.
No, let me tell you that when we contested, Democratic Front contested in 2004, we had 5 years of governance behind us. In 2009, we had 10 years. So anti-incumbency per se does not really come out of number of years that you're in power. It is a perception that gets developed over a period of time. It's a feeling against the people who are in position of power, ministers, MLAs who are there for a very long time, and that kind of a voter fatigue gets developed. We have seen it time and again. Number of ministers losing out, although they have done a lot of developmental work and they're well off also, but they still lose. That is because of the fatigue factor. Of course, we'll have to sit down and analyze what exactly happened. I cannot instantly analyze.
You keep saying fatigue. Sir, you keep saying fatigue factor. It's surely more, and it's not just perception. Several of your ministers have had FIRs filed against them. Some of them have been charged. The Chief Minister had to resign after the other scam. Generally, there was a feeling that there were serious charges. Irrigation scam, your own Deputy Chief Minister resigned. Would you concede that somewhere you all failed to respond to the growing public anger against your government? It was not just fatigue, but there was anger, and that anger was not responded to.
Well, I think it's a combination of factors. As I said, we'll sit down and analyze and be brutally frank about what went wrong, because many times we tend to brush things under the carpet and not face the truth. We will have to face the truth if we want to rebound as a viable political party very soon, which we intend to do. We'll have to take a very hard look at what all happened. So I agree with you that just anti-incumbency of 15 years or a fatigue of voters is not the only factor. There are other factors, because we did tremendous amount of developmental work in the last 5 years. which we advertised, we took to people. People were very happy about it. So I can't say that it was because of lack of development that people did not support us. But there were other factors, and I think we'll go into
Sir,
it,
why don't you
as
be
we
brutally
analyze it
frank?
with
You're
time.
being very diplomatic at the moment. The other factors, why not accept? You cannot choose in the Congress NCP government your home minister. Home minister was reserved for the NCP. The fact is this Maharashtra government after a while had become a dysfunctional government. Many felt
Frankly,
it was a...
if I may add-
yes, Shekhar, go ahead.
And that Home Minister spent almost 10 years trying to shut down dance bars, and that too unsuccessfully, while terrorists came and ran riot all over Bombay. I mean, he was a clown for a Home Minister.
Well, I think
frankly.
Yes, go ahead.
Rajdeep, I had made a comment about the Home Ministry, not with the Chief Minister. Early days when I came as the Chief Minister.
Yes.
It was a error in the design as was conceived by the Shiv Sena BJP alliance government in 1995.
Right.
We blindly copied the model in 99, and that model continued where Chief Minister did not have home portfolio or finance portfolios, both very important portfolios, without which the Chief Minister office will not be a complete office. I had made that comment, but I had to live with the reality that this practice was going on from 1995, initiated by the first alliance government of Shiv Sena and BJP. Now, very interestingly, in case Shiv Sena and BJP go into an alliance, then how will they share the portfolios? Will they go back to their own 1995 formula, or they rework that formula based on our experience?
So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting you're saying that because it comes on a day when your ally till a couple of weeks ago has now openly offered unconditional support to the BJP. How do you respond to the NCP's overture? Does it confirm your suspicion that the NCP was already making overtures towards the BJP? How do you respond to what Praful Patel has said today?
I had made that very clear when the sudden decision to snap the alliance was taken by NCP. Moments after BJP snapped their alliance with Shiv Sena, within literally minutes of the announcement by BJP, NCP suo moto announced that they are no longer going to go in an alliance with Congress. They had been putting in a talks with the NCP for sheet sharing talks. They have been putting impossible conditions. For example, first precondition that unless you give us 30 extra seats, don't talk to us. Afterwards, when we tried to bridge that gap, suddenly a new condition was popped up, which was to share the chief ministership position 2.5 years, which was never brought before, either during the meeting of Mr. Pawar with Mrs. Gandhi or Mr. Pawar's meeting with Mr. Anthony.
Are you suggesting, Mr. Chief Minister?
2 days to go.
Are you suggesting, Mr. Chief Minister, Mr. Former Chief Minister, in a way that there was already a plan on the part of the NCP to tie up with the BJP? That what we are seeing happening today was actually crafted a month ago. That's what you're hinting at.
Absolutely. That's what I've been saying all along. And not only that, the moment NCP decided to go our separate ways, the next step they took, and which surprised all of us, was to withdraw support from the DF government. Now compare this to J&K. Congress and NC decided to go separately,
Yes.
but Congress, which is a junior partner, did not pull support and hand over the government to Mr. Modi. Because what happened in Maharashtra was, the day NCP decided to withdraw support to Congress government, automatically the president rules was kicked in, and which means effectively for 15-20 days the state of Maharashtra was handed over to the Prime Minister.
You know,
And
that's
it was
a,
ruled
you're
from Delhi.
making a very,
Whatever
very
little
serious
incremental
point.
advantage.
You're giving us a big breaking story, a breaking news flash from a television point of view. The former Chief Minister is virtually suggesting now, or suggesting? You're saying that the NCP had planned this to break away from the Congress and then tie up with the BJP. And effectively Sharad Pawar, who's the leader of the NCP, was behind all this. I am presuming. Shekhar, isn't that the honest interpretation?
I'm not.
Well,
Rajdeep.
Yes.
I'm not suggesting anything. I'm only stating facts.
Okay.
Three
But
things
but you're stating them very plainly.
Number
But go
one-
ahead, Shekhar has a question for you. Go ahead, Shekhar.
Prithvi, if I may bring in something,
Yeah,
something linked to this. Uddhav Thackeray said to me 2 weeks back on the record in a published interview that even before Lok Sabha elections, BJP wanted to bring NCP into NDA, but were prevented by him, that is Uddhav Thackeray and Gopinath Munde. Did you have any information or suspicion that something like this was afoot even before Lok Sabha elections?
Well, I think it was a plain knowledge of everybody that these meetings took place, that they could not agree on a number of seats that NCP would get in an alliance between Shiv Sena, BJP and NCP.
For
and
Lok
of course
Sabha,
it was vehemently opposed by late Mr. Gopinath Munde for Lok Sabha election and Mr. Uddhav Thackeray. The meetings were brokered by Mr. Gadkari with Mr. Rajnath Singh. This was a common knowledge, but it didn't work out. So I'm not alleging anything.
No, you are. No, hold on. You're giving facts. You are now telling us the whole story. This is why we are not taking up. You are effectively saying that what has caught many of us by surprise today, so-called surprise of Praful Patel, was carefully planned first before the Lok Sabha election. It didn't work out. Now it's been done before the Vidhan Sabha, and you believe the NCP plans to join the NDA or would like to join the NDA.
Well, I think normally, if you look at all regional parties, I mean, right from the days of National Conference supporting Mr. Bajpayee's government, the regional parties generally tend to be with the party in power at center. There is nothing unusual about it, because they get legitimacy by aligning with the party in power in Delhi. So I wouldn't be surprised if NCP had internally decided ultimately to go with the party in power. The big question today before me is, after what BJP leaders have been saying about NCP,
yes,
after what Mr. Narendra Modi said about NCP in Baramati,
yes,
will they still embrace NCP? That is a big question.
Yeah, they call them the naturally corrupt party. Will they still embrace them? Seshadri Chari, here is the outgoing chief minister saying this was all a plan. The Sharad Pawar wants to join the BJP. It was part of a grand plan, a grand design.
Rajdeep, there are two questions in fact. One is, many people within the Congress party also have told us that he was a very reluctant chief minister. So why did he in the first place accept it? As a good soldier, he accepted to become the chief minister when nobody else wanted to go to Maharashtra. Number one. Number two, all these facts, if they are really facts and they are true,
yes,
why is it that he is coming out with all these facts now after the NCP has made an announcement?
No,
during the election,
yes,
if you had made this, was it because he was expecting that the NCP Congress would be able to manage better number of seats?
You know, Mr. Chavan, let's be very clear. Do you believe, therefore, the Congress made a mistake?
Mr. Sheshadri, no,
Yes.
Rajdeep,
Yes.
Rajdeep, let me clarify and tell
Yes.
Mr. Sheshadri
Yes.
that what happened when the alliance was broken,
Yes,
and what happens when NCP withdrew support was mentioned by me from day one when the assembly campaign started.
Sure, sure.
He may not have known our speeches or our discourse here. We have been telling the facts. I'm not alleging anything.
Okay.
NCP
Sir,
is free to go whichever way they like. All I've been
I
saying,
take your point, Mr. Chief Minister. I take your
I've
point
been
that you've
only
been saying.
piecing facts together, and
Okay,
you draw your own conclusion.
Let me therefore ask you in conclusion. You were sent from Maharashtra, from Delhi to Maharashtra 4 years ago. Your critics, some of them have called you the Manmohan Singh of Maharashtra, good man, scholarly, but was surrounded, some would say, by a gang of thieves who were simply trying to loot the state treasury. Are you someone who will now become the fall guy? There's some belief that you will be made the fall guy of this defeat, that you will be blamed. Are you worried about that? That your political career is on the line?
No, I think, no, Rajdeep, Congress party asked me to lead the election campaign, assembly election campaign
Yes.
of the Congress party.
Yes.
So therefore, I have to take the responsibility for the outcome, and I have already taken responsibility for the outcome or the performance that.
So no
Congress
responsibility
party,
for Rahul Gandhi, no
Congress
responsibility for
party's
Sonia Gandhi?
performance in.
No responsibility for
So
Rahul
therefore,
Gandhi, no
that's
for
not
Sonia.
the point.
Prithviraj Chavan is the fall guy.
I don't think it's a question of. I don't think it's a question of fall guy. It is my responsibility.
Okay. Okay. We're going to take a break at this point. The audio has gone at just the wrong moment. Just as we were wanting to hear the Chief Minister perhaps at least say that maybe the party high command should share some of that responsibility with Prithviraj Chavan. But Mr. Chavan, pleasure having you on the show. Pleasure having you on the show. Congratulations for your victory in Karad, but commiserations that you have led the Congress to defeat there in Maharashtra. Okay, so we've heard from the Chief Minister who's saying, former Chief Minister who's saying Sharad Pawar and Praful Patel, among others, had planned to move towards the BJP, edging closer towards the BJP. They want to be part of the NDA. He's gone on record here on Headlines Today tonight, here first and exclusive on Headlines Today. Let's take a break. When we return, we're going to shift to someone who's an interesting character. Remember, Raj Thackeray has won only one seat in Maharashtra. Guess who's won 3? The Majlis-e-Ittehadul Muslimin.